Hello, Jess Too Good here. I found the LEGO Marvel Avengers Age of Ultron Quinjet, which retails for $130 early at Target. It has 1,131 pieces and has 5 minifigures. This release is August 1st in LEGO stores and shop at home. So much like the 2023 Quinjet set and many of the more recent expensive LEGO Marvel vehicles, we have a stand that allows for rotation and display of this to make it look like it's flying through the air. And I really like the posability there in terms of this being able to be spun around 360 degree. It's a very stable stand that's easy to remove the vehicle from. And we'll take a closer look at the stand later. But for the vehicle itself, notice how we have a stickered windscreen at the front. Now this cockpit is removable just like this, and you can see there's also a sticker to both of these sides at the back. Very easy to access that cockpit interior, and you have a seat for one minifigure at the front. There's also a printed 1x2 control panel we've seen before, and a stickered screen at the front as well. This section behind has 2 seats, which it's nice to see those in a sand blue. We also have 2 stickers on the wall, one of which with a diagram of the vehicle, another with an alert for Ultron. This next half of the interior can be easily removed as well. Inside is really just a standing space and some clips so that you could establish a weapon rack. And while there's not too much else going on there, you can access that section with this little part right here, which comes down as a ramp, which you could use to load up that motorcycle inside there. And even with a minifigure still on the motorcycle, it's so snug in there, you can close this up still. This also doubles as a dropship function. Okay, I don't know if you can land that perfectly. Let's try one more time. Nope. But with those interiors covered, let's take a look at the exterior. This is a lot more accurate than the 2015 version, which I do adore. I like the color scheme on that one more, but this color scheme is how it looks closer to the movie. I mean, the gray just works better for the accuracy to the movie design, and the shaping of this is a lot better. I mean, this is a much more expensive set with more pieces. The design of this having even more stickers on those wings, 2 triangular corner tile pieces with arrows on them. It's a very symmetrical build where each side uses just about the same stickers. I really like how they did this front design right here. That looks fantastic, and how that's built up for like a vent design. 3 stickers right here, which all of these are clear stickers, so if you mess that up, you can already see some air bubbles forming. There's also this sticker for the Avengers logo, which is only on one side. The other 4x4 tile doesn't use that sticker. I like the shaping with these corner triangular tile pieces. Also with this red trim using pieces like that corner tile piece with the flat top and side right there. The design of the wings right here fold out for when you want to put it in flight mode, which would be this part drooping down. One of them has a translucent green, and also notice another sticker right here. Very sturdy with how those are clipped on, and there's also another point of articulation with that other end of the wing. If you want to put it in landing mode, you would just put the wing up like this. Again, same with this side as well. Same sticker too. At the back, stickers on that little part that we removed for the back section of the interior. These are adjustable as well. You can move them side to side. As for the in-between section, there's plates at the bottom and the top, but sandwiched, there's some great designs where I like the thickness to this. You could see, I love the use of this cheese slope and that translucent blue coloring they have going on. Those exhaust pipes to the right and to the left over here are great details. It's a very finished vehicle from many angles, which I really like. Notice how they have those roof brick pieces right there, which give little angles right here, not just studs showing, but they look more finished. Little mixes of colors like some yellow going on there. At the side, we do have the stud shooters at the very front, And, that works. Now I'm never going to see that stud again. I actually filmed this earlier, and I lost that stud there. Don't worry, they give you plenty of extras. And then at the side over here, more of that finished yellow trim, which I guess would bring me to the bottom of this vehicle. And while the rest of the underside doesn't look that good, at least they had some detailing at the underside. And they do have some landing gear at the very front right here. There's these engine outputs at the bottom, which both use stickers, and those are clipped on. So you could push them down like that if you'd like. With the translucent blue design of that piece's base, I really like how you could see through that to see some red from the engines. That's really neat. Anyways, let's get to that stand again. I like how sturdy that is, where it does have those cog pieces at the very top, which allow for the rotation, but also give it more support than just having these beams right here. I like the sound it makes too when you circle that around. The base of this stand isn't meant to have any attention drawn to it until we get to the section that allows for minifigures. They include these posing pieces, the clear ones that we've been seeing in a lot of Marvel sets recently, like I just reviewed the Oscorp set with them, as well as 2x4 jumper plates at the bottom here, front and back, which allow for much more space than just the minifigures in this set. These are very easy to remove too, just with how those Technic pieces are connected to the side right there. So if you don't want to display any minifigures, that's entirely possible. But these allow for you to put stuff like even the motorcycle being held, so it's coming out of the stand right there. That works very well. And to have it look like, Iron Man is floating around, as well as Ultron. And then, of course, you have Quicksilver running at the front there. Don't worry, I did not forget about Hawkeye. I'm glad we're finally getting a new MCU Ultimate Ultron, where we haven't gotten one since the 2015 Quinjet. The design of this, though, is missing that top part, which I thought was a headpiece that actually worked to make this look closer to the character from the movie. I don't know why LEGO hasn't brought that back. The printing on here is nice. I like the silver on the torso and legs, but that is a huge sore spot. You still have that neck attachment, which you can see how this looks with the neck attachment removed. And also there's some nice back printing on the head and torso. As for Quicksilver, it's great to get another Quicksilver. It's been so long. The hairpiece is actually not exclusive to this set in this color. It's the Han Solo hair, but in white it came in like an Ninjago set. Exclusive torso print. I just wish that we got dual molded legs or leg printing, which was a problem with the original one, to be fair. The original one only came in one Age of Ultron set back in 2015. The face print is that overused face print, especially this year. I mean, it was introduced earlier this year with Bucky, and we since have seen it with the Eddie Brock minifigure. It's ridiculous. Marvel is obsessed with using this. The design at the back torso printing is neat, and then you have an alternate face as well. The very easy to get Mark 43 Iron Man is back. I mean, this is the same one that came in a super cheap Iron Legion set, as well as that Age of Ultron scene set, and more recently in a rather cheap Armory. Well, okay, it was overpriced, but yeah, it was like $55. So this is not an exclusive figure, but I guess it makes sense for this being the Age of Ultron Quinjet. The design of this having torso printing, same torso printing, leg printing, which has no side leg printing, back torso printing, and the helmet underneath. You could lift up the visor, so you have the heads-up display, as well as an alternate face at the back without the display. Black Widow is the same one that has come in a lot of sets recently. The thing is, this was a version that was introduced in 2023, and back in 2023, there was arm printing on this same variant. Now, in 2025, with the Marvel logo set and the airport battle set, they just removed the arm printing, which is incredibly frustrating. Regardless, you could see her back torso printing, as well as her alternate face. As for Black Widow's motorcycle, I don't have too much else to say here. I mean, look, there's some stickers at the side. I like this base that they use, which I think was introduced with the Civil War sets in 2016. And of course, you could fit one minifigure on that middle section, but you can have another one standing on the back if you want, but then it would just keep falling over. Actually, no, this is more sturdy than I thought. The Hawkeye minifigure of the set is the same one from that Age of Ultron scene set from last year. This design having a torso print and leg printing exclusive to that set. He has a quiver which you could remove to see some back torso printing. And since this just uses a generic trooper face from Star Wars, there's no alternate expression. Overall, I'm actually surprised I like this more than I thought I would. I think this is a genuinely pretty good build for that Quinjet variant, which we haven't gotten much of this specific Quinjet variant, but then again, we get a lot of Quinjets in general. I mean, even this year, we got one in that Civil War airport battle set. It's an overdone vehicle in the world of Marvel Lego. The design of this feels a lot more accurate. I like the bulkiness to it. I like the interior. I like the pattern at the top. I do think this is overpriced at $130, as with so many sets this summer, but there are sets that are genuinely good priced. This is something that feels like it should be $100, maybe $110 at most. I don't know. Especially when you look at the minifigures, they cut corners with Black Widow once again. The design of Quicksilver doesn't have the leg printing that you would expect. Ultron feels like he's missing that top headgear piece. And I mean, 5 minifigures for this $130 price for a set that could have a lot more added feels very weak. I mean, heck, the original version of this had more minifigures. With all things considered, I'd give this a high 6 out of 10. Let me know if I'm being too hard on this set. What do you think about it in the comments below? Subscribe here for more early Marvel reviews and Lego news. Seriously though, I have a bunch of summer 2025 Marvel reviews up, so go check those out. You commenting, liking, and subscribing really helps so much with this hard algorithm. I'll see you later. Peace out.